Hi there, my name is Superman. If you wasn't scared of green rocks, it's no green rocks on Twitter. Feel free to follow me there. This is not my normal video. I typically don't do this drama related stuff. I'm just one of the people who was really ticked off about what Jack Murphy did to Sydney Watson on You Are Here. I have a thread on it on my page. I will also go over it in the video for a little bit. And just so you know, I don't want there to be any issues within the community, but this is really important to talk about. When somebody does something like this and everybody blows it off, it's a little disconcerting. So I just want to say, the people who are talking about this and who are bringing this to light, I appreciate you, because the rest of us are upset about this, and for good reason. And I think everybody's voice being heard in a situation like this shows that people aren't willing to stand for that abuse to anybody. Nobody is white knighting for Sydney. Nobody is saying Sydney can't stand up for herself. She's Australian, and she's old school Australian, and we all know how tough those bastards can be. What he did was unacceptable. Not what he did in the past and his articles and things like that. Because, yeah, everybody makes mistakes. And everybody puts out dumb crap. I mean, I'm putting out this video, for Christ's sake. It's probably going to come back and hit me in the head, someday when I try and make something bigger of myself. Not in this world, but whatever. So, yeah, that is what I'm thinking about right now. And I'm putting this in the beginning of the video. I just did the video. It took me hours because I didn't want to ruffle too many feathers. So hopefully this video is informative to you of the situation, and hopefully you feel a little bit kind of like I do, that it's not about the article, it's about his reaction to the article. So if you enjoy, leave a thumbs up. If you don't enjoy, YouTube hit the dislikes. So it's all good. And hopefully I'll see you around, not for this drama. I live stream most days for like an hour or two a day, and every day except for today, I put out videos. So feel free to watch them. I'm trying to start something up. So feel free to like and comment, or come by my Twitter and say, I didn't like this about your video, or I did like this about your video. The feedback really helps me get better at what I'm doing. And the only thing I want to do right now is to get better. I couldn't sleep last night because I wanted to make this video. So I'll see you guys around.
I do want to say, so the super chats have been absolutely inundated with people who don't like you.
Yeah, I imagine so.
And a lot of people are saying things like, you shouldn't have yelled at Sydney and all that stuff. And so we'll talk about that right now. But I do want to say one thing too, because a lot of people who are saying things like, I can't believe I believed in Jack or whatever, and Jack's a fraud, and I'm just like, guys, we're going to address all those issues. But if your complaint is about an article that Jack wrote 7 years ago, and you're now saying that you no longer like him because of something he did in the past, I don't care if it's a leftist who does it. I don't care if it's a right winger who does it. If someone did something in the past and they're like, yeah, I don't think those things anymore, or I don't like that I did that, I'm like, okay, forgiveness granted. Thank you for joining us in the fight for freedom.
Yes.
If we're going to excise our own allies because of things they did in the past, well, you might as well be, in cancel culture mode or whatever. Not that, some people should deserve to be canceled, and some people should have to answer for what they did and all that stuff.
So I think Tim misunderstood the point. The point is his reaction to it, not that it happened. I think that's what a lot of us are feeling. A lot of us are fans of Tim Pool, and we agree with him and we disagree with him, and we respect him, his work ethic, and we respect what he does. So I think Tim may be misunderstanding that point, to be honest with you. But I can understand why he doesn't want to talk about this kind of drama on his show, because he doesn't want to add fuel to the fire. But the fact is, Jack has been adding fuel to the fire over and over and over again by blocking everybody that spoke to him about this, and basically creating an area where it was no conversation. Not only that, he's also sending his Luminal Order men to troll his Tim's Reddit page to call everybody who's complaining about this losers and get a life and all that. So the fact is, it's just ridiculous.
Just, do you want to outright mention the "you are here" thing or whatever?
Oh well,
before
just
we read
on
Super Chats?
that one point, like why was it so jarring for people to read that article about me? Because I don't ever talk about it. Because I don't ever push those ideas. Because it's not a part of my life, right? It was something that I wrote when I had like 100 Twitter followers, and I was using a fake name. Jack Murphy is not my real name, everybody. Spoiler alert. My real name is John Murphy Goldman. My grandfather's name was John Murphy. Everybody called him Jack. So I picked Jack Murphy as a pseudonym. And I wrote an article about like one element of my sex life all those years ago that was meant to be seen by basically nobody. And I deleted it like a few months later. And now for years, people have been digging through my internet trash to like bring it up and to wave it in my face. And the only reason people are waving it in my face is because we're having a good impact on society. We're like doing good. We're spreading good out there. And if it felt jarring to you to read this one thing, well, yeah, that's because I don't talk about it, and it's not something I'm pushing, and it's not something I advocate. After I got divorced,
Dude.
we just had we had fun, man. We did a lot of kinky and crazy things, and I don't write about it, and I don't talk about it anymore.
That. So why didn't you do that a week ago when you were on You Are Here, when you told Sydney, and I quote, a sincere, heartfelt fuck you. Come on. It took you a week for you to come up with this, and that's the best answer you have? Like, I get it. You apologized, but you blocked everybody, so nobody can see your apology.
And now I have gone through a whole many years of growth and transformation and reading and studying, and everything that I have said before up to this point is 100% accurate. What?
But people
Don't
are
interrupt me.
Well, people are mad at you for yelling it.
Oh, they're like, oh, we can talk about that. Yeah,
Yeah,
for sure.
I think they're using, a lot of people don't like the article. A lot of people are using that because they're mad at you, but I think the anger comes from you yelling at Sydney.
right.
Yes,
Okay.
And basically, you know what? Fuck you for
Me.
bringing this up right here and right now. Why
Me.
are you doing this to me?
I didn't know that. I didn't know what it was.
Well, just use a little bit of fucking common sense.
Sorry, apologies.
Yeah. Fuck you. Fuck you.
Elizabeth-
Heartfelt.
Elizabeth,
Tim is 100% right there. And I said before that that's what people are upset about. So thank you, Tim, for acknowledging that.
Here's what happened with Sydney. So I'm sitting on the show and we're talking, and they're joking about reading super chats where people are building like gas chambers, and she's reading out loud like, how did I build this gas chamber that didn't kill all the Jews that I was supposed to kill, right? It's like insane, the super chats that she reads. And so I'm telling her,
Okay. I want to make this very, very clear. My family is of Iraqi Jewish descent. I grew up pretty religious most of my life. I wore the yarmulke, or at least what some people call it. I call it a kippah. I wore tzitzit. I put on tefillin. I did all the religious stuff, okay? I lived in Israel for many years. We joke about this stuff all the time. And the fact that Jack is bringing it up because he wants to make the super chats and the people who comment on You Are Here look bad is ridiculous, because people make jokes, and that's what their show is about. You Are Here is a nice, nice. It's fun. People goof around. Sending Sydney a super chat or sending Eliza a super chat and calling him Elijah doesn't offend him. He laughs it off, just like everybody else. Jokes are okay to a certain extent. It depends on the mean-spiritedness behind it. If there's no mean spirit behind it and it's funny, then it's good. Humor is subjective, but you can't bring it up in a conversation like this and call everybody out like that. Sydney is... I don't agree with her all the time. God knows I don't agree with her all the time. But I do respect her. I respect everybody on these different shows that state their opinion and actually back up their opinion when called upon it. You understand what I'm saying? And that's the thing that irks me about this whole situation, is that when Jack was called out, he went off like a crazy person. And when when Sydney reiterated that this was a super chat, she was like, wait, are you talking to me? He doubled down on it, and that was the issue. I get it, he apologized, and I'm beating, a dead horse with a stick, but we need...
Time I'm like, hey, you might want to read all the super chats before you read them out loud, right? A little bit of a warning. And then she asked me the question about the article, and I answered it politely. I deflected. I was like, that's not me. It's 180 degrees from whatever that article says. And I'd really rather not talk about it anymore. And then a couple minutes later, she literally asked me the same question all over again. And I cursed at her. I shouldn't have cursed at her. And I apologized, Sydney. I apologized to her that day and that night and the next day. And she accepted my apology. So I don't know why everybody's still butthurt.
Everybody is still butthurt because you're using words like this. And you're calling people who are upset about it losers and bots. That's the issue. Like, how thick do you have to be to not understand that?
And that's part of being a man too, is saying, here's my boundary. Please don't cross it. And then she crossed it. And I told her,
This dude's... It's the internet! You're live! Someone sent a super... You are not a man! Get the fuck out of here with this bullshit. This is beta male 101. I set boundaries, and I was told that I am not... Really? What the... Oh my god. I set boundaries on a live stream, and there's certain questions that I'm not going to be allowed to talk about, and you cross my boundaries, and I'm really upset by it. What a bitch.
white knighting, simping for her. She can stand up for herself. It's resolved. And in my mind, it's done. And to me, this is such a nothing burger in my life. I am so focused on so many other bigger, more important things that people chipping and chirping away at me at this are just so annoying. When I block people, it's because you're annoying, dude. It's because you have
We have
annoy
to.
me.
So, people white knighting Sydney. Now, I don't know Sydney, and I probably will never meet Sydney. But standing up for somebody is not white knighting, okay? I understand she's her own woman. She's bloody Australian, for Christ's sake. Are you telling me that you think that I don't think an Australian girl can handle herself? You're a bloody idiot then, man. That's just so stupid. Standing up for somebody when they're getting shouted out for no reason whatsoever. When they're getting shouted at by a man who claims to be part of a uplifting men's movement is disturbing, because what is he teaching his men? To yell at women who cross a boundary like that? Come on, dude.
Right.
There are a lot of drama channels. I don't engage with them. I'm aware, and I mentioned this last week. The one way to really piss me off is to send me a video about people saying things about me.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, dude, I don't care about me. Like, what I mean by that is,
Yeah.
like, I don't care if, so I saw the Young Turks thing where Jack.
All right. So I do get what he's saying. Don't send people their own criticism because they don't want to hear it. But if there is valid criticism, Tim does respond. He will. He'll do it trollingly, or he'll do it otherwise, or he'll use it on his show, like he's using the Cenk Uygur, Cenk Uygur calling him out. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get what Tim is saying. He doesn't want to be part of this drama. But when you have a reaction that bad and your response was as bad as Jack's, don't expect regular people to say, "Oh, everything's good. All right, fine." No, dude. People who are talking about this are not rage merchants. They see what is going on and they have an opinion about it, which is 100% right. You go on the internet and you do that to somebody that's actually pretty nice. At the end of the day, Sydney, you could say whatever you want about her politics or whatever, but she seems like a pretty nice person and somebody who you can have a conversation with and, joke around with. Like old Australia, not like new totalitarian Australia. And the fact that people are like going to his personal life you know, his girlfriend, his you know, family. Like, I don't agree with that. That's a no. But if you have a Twitter, you have that block function, which you use extremely liberally, by the way. You can block people, but you're on the internet. And if you're a public figure, you need to expect some criticism when you do something wrong and take it like a public figure would. If you want to be a leader in your community, act like it.
Be a man.
You even rolled with the jokes about calling your boy Matt and stuff like that. Like,
Yeah.
you get it.
Yes, he made jokes about calling his boy Matt. It took him a week to do that. Plenty of other YouTube personalities, Twitter personalities, and people within the know and within this community that is growing rapidly can be like, yeah, you know, I messed up. There are people that do that. They go, yeah, I messed up, and then they make memes about it and they joke about it, and they're like, yeah, I screwed up. Let's just make fun of it. And it's like, that's the way you should be doing things, not deflecting and calling everybody losers who disagrees with you.
Look, I want to address one more thing from the article and the stuff that's coming up in the chats. People are saying that I use this word little girls, and they're trying to make it out like I'm some sort of pedo. Come on, guys. Little girls is about BDSM, daddy, little girl. Let's just put that out there. I'm older. She's younger. People come to me. It's a kink thing. Daddy, little girl. Get over it, guys. I'm sorry that I had sex, y'all. Get a life, dude. Gee.
Oh, somebody seems bothered. Oh, dude, you are such a bloody hypocrite, man. You're telling people not to get butthurt, and look at that face. Does that not look at a face? That face looks like somebody who's gotten hurt in the butt by his wife's boyfriend. Yeah, that's a joke. Just so you know, Jack, don't like go crazy or anything, huh?
Wow, we're getting just so many super chats.
Just rack it up. Buy me some more top shelf Japanese booze with this money, would you?
How come he gets all the booze and I sit here have to drink, $5 booze? I'm just kidding, guys. I don't drink $5 booze.
Eggman says, so if people disagree or point something out that you don't like, surely they can't be your usual audience? Come on, man. No, I didn't say that.
What?
I'm saying that if we have thousands of dollars in super chats that we don't normally get, that means there's more people here giving us super chats than they normally do. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yes, Tim, more people are watching because of the controversy, and they felt so strongly about it that they decided to send you more super chats. And I think that's very telling about the person you have with you and the controversy that happened. My own mother was watching because she saw what Jack said. So be a bit more understanding of the chat, and understand that when people send more super chats, it's because they feel strongly about it and not because they're trolling.
People who are observing, who are friends of mine and whatever, they're texting me about the chats. Are like, it seems like a different crew in there. Although I got to say, ordinarily the chats are pretty vicious anyway.
Pretty wild in there.
There's like bots in there. There's people being mean in there. It's an interesting place for people to get their sort of jollies.
I think it's funny that
It's where we get our jollies, you say. No, it's where we interact with each other, man. We joke around and we have fun with each other. Yeah, fine. Some people can be mean-spirited, but all in all, chat is amazing. I can't super chat anymore just because I can't afford it, but every time somebody says, "Hey, man, I know your name. You used to super chat a lot." Be like, yeah, dude, the chat was amazing. The chat still is amazing. You need to respect the chat. Always, always, always respect chat. And if they say something funny, right? If they're sending you super chats and they're jokes about Jack, laugh about it afterwards. Do an after show where you're cracking up at the thing. You want to show how good spirited Jack Murphy was? Have him read all the super chats that were negative. Have him read all the super chats that were... You know what? Have him read the super chats that were jokes that may have been mean-spirited, but have them be jokes. Show that Jack has a good sense of humor about it. And maybe it will change people's perspective of him. It won't change mine. I stood up for him. I was like, no, dude, I completely understand the fact that you want your kid to have, a normal life and all that. But, dude, they're threatening your kid with a medicine that might not be good for them. Put your kids first, dude.
Does it?
Well, no, look, I'll say this right now. If there's a bunch of people who are watching, big fans of the show, and they're mad at me over my stance on this, then with respect, I genuinely mean this. I'm sorry I let you down, and if you don't want to watch the show anymore, then, that's the choice you've made. I can only be me, and I will only ever be me.
And I don't think anybody has a problem with that, Tim. I respect that quite a bit. But your stance is completely fine. We don't care about the stance. At least I don't. I'm not unsubscribing from you because you have a different opinion. The whole point of watching your shows was to get different opinions and get educated on the world. Because if we were as bad as you say we are, where we're disliking and unsubscribing because we disagree with your opinion, people would have done that ages ago. So if you unsubscribe to Tim because he had Jack Murphy on the show, go subscribe to him again, because having a guest on the show that is controversial is the things that he does, and it brings a lot of attention. So at least we got answers. I mean, sort of.
So if you don't like it, then maybe there's nothing more I can do. Maybe I'm not the guy for you. I don't know.
Tim, you're good. Yeah, we may disagree, and we don't always agree on everything. I mean, God knows we don't agree on everything, but there is always a background of respect. And no matter how angry I get with you, I'm not going to unsubscribe or purposefully hurt your business.
Coleftis says, did you, Jack, make amends to Sydney? Honestly, all I care about.
100%. I made amends to her within a handful of hours. Privately, she responded. She accepted my apology. She offered her own apology. She in no way intended to put me in a bad spot. And she acknowledged that she didn't pick up on the signals and the direct request that I was making of her to not talk about that subject. She apologized to me. I apologized to her. We made up. Elijah and I went out that night. We made up. We apologized. We made up. Everything is all good with me, Sydney, and Elijah. And we've been DMing about this, being like, why are people still talking about this? Why doesn't everybody just let it go? Me and Sydney are cool. Everybody else should be cool.
That's not how it works. When you're on the internet and you're a public figure, there are reactions to any outrageous behavior. That's just how it works. You can take the criticism and be a man about it and joke about it. And to be like, yeah, oh no, she even left the keys in his house, or some nonsense. Have fun with it. But don't just wait a week and then pretend like it's no big deal. It's a big deal, man. It's a big deal to people because they feel so utterly disrespected. And that is why people are upset.
The reason I want to read that last one, just in case anybody who joined in and didn't know that, they may have seen drama or whatever and didn't know that you guys had, you had apologized and everything.
Yeah, and
So,
I did publicly on my Twitter also.
I just want to say this.
He apologized publicly on his Twitter, but everybody who's been blocked, and he has an extensive block list, did not see it. Why? Because he can't take criticism. He needs to, dude, I'm new to YouTube, and I'm probably gonna get bombarded with the Luminal Order people telling me to shut the hell up because I don't know what I'm talking about, and that I'm such and such or such and such. I'm fully expecting that because they're going to Reddit, they're going to Twitter, and they're going to their YouTube, and they're doing everything they can to minimize the damage from this.
If you guys want to win a culture war, you have to forgive people. If you want to lose a culture war, you can be like the cancel culture leftists and engage in a circular firing squad. But that's why, when Joey Salads first tweeted at me and I snapped at him, I was like, that's a big mistake. That's a big, big mistake. Joey's got his platform. He's an influential guy. I should hear what he has to say. I should talk to him about it. And if he's genuinely saying he's sorry, then I should absolutely, you know, like work with him on this, because we want people to be on the right side of freedom and liberty. And then people are like, yeah, but he's only apologizing because.
I mean, Tim is right, but you need to pick and choose who to follow. It can't just be a broad, freaking, oh, he's right wing, oh, he got canceled, so we're gonna follow him. No, you need to pick and choose who you follow, because there are good people to follow and there are bad people to follow. We need to give voices to the people who are good to follow, who bring positivity and who bring humor and who change things for people like me who wouldn't have done this YouTube channel without their encouragement. They said, do what you want. Make a YouTube video. Even if it's bad, you still put something out there and you're still trying to create something. Yes, this is a drama video. I do admit to that, and I don't like being a part of it. But this needs to be talked about. This needs to be shown.